Hi, Jen. So your lyrics to this song are amazing. Did you have something pre-written before we did this, or what? How did you come about these lyrics? Did you write them on the spot one day, or did you have some ideas like written down somewhere and said, "All right, now I can use these lyrics"?
I didn't have anything pre-written when we started the song. I think I probably pivoted a bunch of times while we were, arranging it and writing it in the basement. And then I think I was driving one day. I do a lot of writing when I'm driving. And I honestly don't remember what sort of, I must have been in a mood that day and started thinking of just how incredibly absurd the world is right now. And that started out, that first verse. And then I think from there it sort of narrowed down to some of my own personal experience and how absurd my actual life is sometimes. um, and some frustrations and, disappointments, I guess, that had come along the way. Um, so I think, and it just, started working with words, and I had some words, in mind as we started working in the basement, and I just started plugging things in and trying things out. And I like things to phonetically work as well as, intellectually. So the sounds have to be right as well as the meaning of the words. Yeah, so that's that for the lyrics.
Also, what would you say your favorite part was recording in the studio?
Uh, so my favorite part of recording, other than getting to hang out with you guys for a couple of days, which is always super fun, and the chicken parm sandwiches, which I love. Um, I think my favorite part of recording was when we did the gang vocals, the haze, because we're so not cool and it took us so long to do them. And I think we laughed so hard during that process, and it was super fun. I also love being there for everybody's creative process. Getting to watch John just work out these ideas that he has in his head. Um, is really super fun. And it was great having Chris for the first time. I know he was a little bit nervous, having never worked with Bob before, but he did great, he crushed it. And of course, you, Sharky, just sit down and knock that out and you're done. And it's kind of annoying. Uh, but yeah, so I enjoyed the whole process except recording my own vocals, which I'm not a fan of recording my own vocals because I find it very much a microscope on what you do and having to listen back over and over and over again and, you kind of get in your head a little bit. But Bob is awesome to work with. And so, yeah, that was the process.
And finally, what do you think about the feedback we've received so far? It's been pretty good. We've had a lot of positive reviews and a lot of positive comments. Um, what do you think about all that? And any final thoughts?
Um, I am both surprised and not surprised by the feedback because I think the song is really good. And, as a songwriter and an artist, it's hard to say that sometimes about your stuff because you get so close to it. It's very hard to objectively look at it. But when we got the final masters back, I just kept playing it over and over and over again at the gym, in my car, dancing around to it in the house. It feels really good when you play it. And the feedback part that has surprised me, I guess, is how everybody seems to find a message of hope and resilience in it, which to me is really interesting and exciting because that is not where I wrote it from. I did not write it from a place of hope and resiliency. I wrote it from a place of frustration and disappointment. Um, and I remember when I was answering PR questions, how I didn't really want to include that because I wanted people to listen to it and take from it what they would. And it makes me so happy that people relate to it as a hopeful, upbeat piece. And it's kind of reframed how I think about the song now. So to me, it's no longer a song that came from sort of a darker place, as so many of my songs do, um, and is now more a song about hope and resilience. And I think that's the cool thing about writing. Something that you put out there can mean something completely different to somebody else. And I think it's really important not to tell people what to think about songs so they can form their own opinions. That's it. Thanks. Bye.